Hi, this is Marta, a mixed media 3D artist. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year! I haven't uploaded anything for a few weeks, but I'm truly sorry about that. I don't want to create the content under pressure, but only when I really feel ready and commitment. I can't promise that I will be very consistent because I do a lot of things art classes, commissions, exhibits, school stuff, personal matters, etc. So YouTube is more a hobby for me, showing my art rather than treating it like a job. Hopefully, someday that will change, but for now, I want to keep it fun. Anyway, I will go directly to the point. In this video, I want to show you a fast process of artwork created during a live painting where I was hired. I want to talk about this painting and then just chit chat a bit. So, I was hired by Main Street in Port Washington for a festival in October doing live painting. It was very fun. I love doing it. It's similar to doing a commission, but I have deadline, usually just a few hours, and people can watch me take videos or photos. I actually prefer this over strict plein air painting because plein air often have a very strict rules that are not always convenient for me. For example, I sometimes need to prepare beforehand, especially when building larger textures that need a few days or even a week to dry. That preparation has to be done before the main work. And obviously, other reasons like being on the sun, being on the rain, being on a different many weather conditions. And festivals are usually on a good weather, let's say so. With plein air painting, the artwork usually goes to an exhibition, to some galleries, but when I'm hired, the painting already belongs to someone. I can see the happiness of the person who receives it, and that makes it more precious for me and more worth doing. What inspired this painting? This painting was inspired by Port Washington Main Street in Wisconsin. Someone from the team found me on Instagram and asked if I would be interested in doing a live painting. He saw my dark country artwork on Instagram, and since I brought attention, I promised to do something similar. I spent a lot of time thinking about what I would create because I wanted to make 3D texture that would be very visible. I searched for different angles on Google Maps to decide what I want to capture. It might seem basic, but the lighthouse view is a key symbol of the city. However, I wanted to focus more on the water and stones. Closer to the land, there is a yacht and park area and long stone wall along the water. It's a park there. A very pretty place, by the way. I think it was perfect compared to my last painting because I wanted to keep it very close in the style and the colors too. There is a gap of 1 year or more between those two paintings, but if I told someone they were created as a collection, they would fit together. This is definitely a limited painting owned by Port Washington at this moment. Lake Michigan is a powerful lake. The water is amazing. I feel blessed to live so close to it. Maybe not directly in Port Washington because I have to drive, but still it's a blessing. When someone asks me what my first thought about Port Washington is, it's not downtown or the lighthouse, it's the water. When you cross the intersection and drive up the hill, especially in the fall, it's super pretty at that time, you see immediately the lake. I always think, no way, is that really a lake? And then I'm happy because it actually is. I'm always amazed and honestly a little jealous of people who see it every day. If you can feel how I describe the lake, then you can probably understand the emotions I wanted to put in this painting. How long did it take me to complete it in life? So the work on this painting took me literally 7 hours without break. I wanted to finish it in the same day, and I am a bit artaholic, so when I feel pressure to finish something, I focus only on that until the end. So yeah, even like going breaks for eating or the restroom, I sometimes can't forget about it, and I know it's bad, it's bad. Did I plan the composition ahead? I planned the composition ahead of the time and made a sketch. Since this was not plein air painting during the festival, but the live painting I prepared earlier. I sketched it on 1 or 2 weeks before and sculpted it a few days before the event because the materials needed time to dry. They were drying very long, especially the rocks. Mostly this part was sculpted. As a fun fact, I had a small accident when the wind almost dropped the painting on me, but I covered just in time. So I had a heart attack, and it was on the live painting. What was the most challenging part of doing it live for me? The most challenging part was painting non-stop for 7 hours. I know I did it to myself, I can't complain. But after that, I felt pain in my back and legs. But it's worth it. It's not like I'm complaining. Of course I could sit, but it's not convenient for me when I'm working on a big painting. I just need to stand, move around and stretch. Another challenge was the sun kept moving, so I had to constantly adjust, moving my umbrella, chair, easel, etc. So to achieve goal lighting both for the video and for myself so I could see properly. The last challenging part is more personal, using the restroom. It's always stressful to leave the artwork, wash brushes quickly, and find bathroom. Usually my husband helps me with this thing like that, but he wasn't with me that time. He was in a different place, so I needed to manage this by myself. And yeah. You might ask how I stay focused with people watching me. Maybe if I were younger, I would have stage fright, but now I'm a little older. I have more distance from myself and more confidence. I don't focus on people, I focus on my work and I delivering it. I want to deliver it, so it doesn't matter to me what's going around me. I can literally just sit and forget about the world. There were thousands of people walking, talking, music playing, animals, food everywhere. It could have been distracting for me, but I was in my own world. I don't mind people watching me. I actually think it's a great opportunity to connect with others. Sometimes the connection doesn't even need words, just a smile or eye contact. I like when people enjoy watching me, get inspired, or simply feel happy seeing something being created. It's just amazing for me. At the beginning of the video, you can see benches that were empty. Later, thousands of people filled the festival. Some people sat there eating or watching me for hours. Some people who never spoke to me were there almost the entire time, and I witnessed the end, and they witnessed the end of the painting. Even if they weren't there specifically for my artwork, I mean, it still meant a lot to me. Many people, kids and adults, said nice things out loud or came to tell me that my painting was gorgeous or I was talented. There was an old gentleman I will always remember. He told me that he had been watching me for over an hour and that it was very entertaining for him. He asked me about my camera and why I was recording, and I was answering his questions. So it was so genuine for me that he was so kind. I will remember this for a very long time. So if you're at a festival and see an artist working, don't hesitate to talk to them. Artists can sometimes feel lonely. Yes, sounds funny, but yes, we are focused. But talking to someone can be a great break. We often remember those people for years and treasure their kind words or even silly conversations. I've met many people this way who I still see today and just remember what they told me. What tools or brushes did I use for the artwork? So for this artwork, I mostly used acrylic paint, texture paints, and epoxy resin, of course some brushes and palette knives. I have experience working with these materials outside. I've done plein air art where I had no choice but to work outdoors due to the rules. And it's possible. It's challenging, but it's possible. I hope my basic camera quality does not offend you, by the way. Before investing in expensive professional equipment, I need to create videos like this first. Investing a lot of money into YouTube without treating this as a job doesn't make sense for me right now. Maybe in 2 years, but first, I want to do it easier way. I want to gain your attention not with expensive tools, but with my honesty and heart. And that takes time. and I am ready for it. As I mentioned before, I love doing live painting more than plein air. This is what I do as a full-time artist. Art classes in private and public spaces, commissions, live paintings, vendor shows, and traveling to exhibits in different states. I also design bags, cards, and small products. I create items for local places like galleries, shops, and produce them keychains, coasters, cards, so I constantly have to make some things. This could be a separate video about what my work looks like overall because it's changed every day. Literally, it's different. If you're from Wisconsin, you can hire me for a class at your birthday party, bridal party, baby shower, or just gathering with friends. It can be at your home or a local venue, indoor, outdoors. I can teach you a simple be entertainment at your event. I also collaborate with restaurants and bars at Sip and Paints events. That was a little bit of my advertisement here for you. I hope that you're not offended. Where can you see the finished artwork in detail or buy it? A print is not on my website yet. Maybe I will do. If you're interested, leave a comment and I will try to provide prints. They will be announced on my website, so please sign up for my newsletter. The number of prints probably will be limited too. For the original work, as you know, it's already sold to Port Washington Main Street, so I would recommend to contact them. I can leave a link to the address to the contact website so you can check. Maybe they will be interested showing this to you. After 7 hours, here we are presenting the finished artwork. I didn't give it a specific title, it was simply described as Port Washington 2025. Not every painting needs a catchy title. It was picked up the same day and I was very happy to deliver to this someone's hands. It's difficult emotionally because when it's done, it's gone. Not with me anymore. But that is the purpose of art, to share talent. Hiding talent is a huge waste. I needed to grow up into that mindset. And my father and my husband told me this, and now I need to say it loud to you. Go into the world and show your talent. If you know someone who paints beautifully, plays an instrument, or has a creative hobby, encourage them to share it. Let them know they matter and that what they do is important. If I stayed in my comfort zone, I wouldn't be where I am today. I faced many rejections, but also many approvals in the art world. It wasn't easy, I had to be persistent, but if I hadn't shown my art, nothing would have happened. It's a chain reaction. Before I met my husband, I thought, oh, a good husband would just knock on my door. But guess what? I had to go to the USA, go to his house, and knock on his door. And that's another story, a romantic story on a different video. My point is, I did this to change my own world. What do you want? Do you want to show your art, your talent? If you're interested in topics like how I sold 55 paintings in 2024, how I work as an artist, what my typical day looks like, or anything else, leave a comment. Please like and share. This really helps me to grow. And this is the end of the video. I just hope my conversation with you just helped you to think about something. Maybe sharing your artwork, maybe telling about this, and or anything, whatever it is, better be good. Doing something good for you and making you to grow. And thank you so much for watching me. I will do my best to create the next video as soon as possible. And remember, don't hide your talent, show it to the world. You never know what good things might happen or what opportunities you might miss if you don't. For now, this is Marta signing out. Have a blessed and wonderful day.